Okay, so we got this rose bush over here, and it is massive, and it tries to take over the porch, and it goes all the way down here on the ground. And so we're gonna attempt to dig it up today and move it to the backyard where it'll have a little bit more space and it won't be crowding the front of the house. Wish us luck. Got the rose bush in the cart, drug it all the way around from the front yard to the backyard. Hopefully it survives this treacherous journey. Here's the space where it's gonna go. Right now it looks pretty empty, but there's two rose bushes, one right there and one right over there. So this is going to look quite different in a couple of minutes. So we started digging the hole and we actually got it pretty close on the first try. Have to give a special shout out to my husband for doing all the hard work. I get to do the easy part, watch and record. In the space where we just put that giant rose bush, trailing rose bush, I guess. I don't even know what type it is. It has pinkish flowers, that's what I do know. Was this tiny little offshoot of another rose bush. So we plopped it over here. This thing is half dead. I don't know if it's gonna make it, but we do have another rose bush on the side of this house. This lovely giant rose bush that blooms these giant white flowers. They're so pretty. I love this thing, and I hardly get to see it because it's on the side of the house where we never go. But it's covered in blooms right now. You can see this one coming through. It's clearly got some sort of spot on it, so I have to figure that out and see if I can see what I can do about it. But it's looking awesome this year. It looks awesome every year, but this year it just looks even more awesome. And it's just covered in blooms, and I'm so excited. So if we keep going along the side, this is where we have our blackberries on the side of the house. They're doing actually quite well. We've got lots of flowers on there. And this is where the giant rose bush was. So it was behind this giant bush that also needs to be trimmed. And it was covering the entire porch. And now there's a big open space there, which you can barely tell because of this giant, whatever that thing is, I don't even know. So we have some open space. You can see some of the roots that we had to chop away. The rose bush was actually growing, I don't know how well you can see this, through this little crack here. And I didn't have my snips with me, so I just kind of pulled it through. Not the best idea, but I needed this thing to stop attacking my porch. It would cover the whole walkway. The bushes would go across there and you get smacked with it going in and out. So it looks a little bare right now. Used to having the giant monster live there, but now the monster has a new home. I have to share is this little trellis that we found tangled up in that rose bush, and I'm trying to get a good angle of it. It's kind of cute. It looks old, but I'll definitely use it in the garden. But I don't know what they thought they were going to do with that thing in that giant rose bush, because that was not helping anything. Alright, so it took a good couple of hours for us to get the thing back into the ground, try and get it situated a little bit. I only cut off about that much. I didn't want to cut too much and do too much more harm to it. It did have a couple of big roots that we couldn't bring all of it with us, so we had to chop a couple of those. Still a really good root ball though, so hopefully not too much, but there is what it looks like. I'm gonna come to the side so you can see the monstrosity that this thing is. It is humongous, way larger than I expected, than I realized, almost than I can even comprehend how massive this thing is. It tried to attack me. I got hurt with several thorns. This thing is huge. So you can see pieces go all the way over here, all the way over here. There's a piece hanging down right there. I've got that part tucked behind the fence and down. I tried to tuck in another part behind the fence over here. It is just massive. If I stretch out my arms in both directions, it is definitely wider. I'm about to water it. As you can see, it took a little bit of a beating. Some of the rosebuds are a little bit wilty. Overall, most of the leaves are intact. Everything is looking pretty good. It's a super windy day, so that isn't helping. But we'll see. I hope it's gonna be okay. I think it'll be okay. If not, then kind of oh well, because this thing is too gigantic and I don't have a good space for it. So good luck to us. So in the back of our house we have woods that belong to a local park, but I had to come and quickly share what the back of this rose bush looks like. Massive, just massive.